welcome back to our channel. I'm Colleen and this is Our Blessed Life, and today I'm going to be taking you back to a couple days ago when I did some changes in the house, and this is basically just to decorate with me as I'm trying to find a way to make my main space downstairs more minimal and also a little bit more functional, less maybe crowded, and a little bit more visually appealing as far as just not looking cluttered and just having a lot more space to move around. So I'll show you what we did. I would appreciate your input. Let me know if you like it or what you would change. Also, as I'm kind of freshening everything up, I have a new intro and a new outro, so I'd also appreciate your opinions on those if you like them or if you like what we were using better before. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you back a couple days ago where it all began. I've been kind of messing around over here. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in my entryway, but I used to have the big coat rack, and it kind of, I liked it, but it kind of made this area dark. And I don't know if you remember, but I had two black baskets underneath. I'll go ahead and put a picture of the coat rack in right here. But I had these two black baskets underneath, and the two black baskets were where I kept my beach towels. But when I did the remake of this little bathroom in here, we added this cabinet, and it gave us all tons of storage, and I was able to get all my beach towels in here. So it ended up being kind of one of those things where it was like a great idea at first, but then we didn't need it anymore, and it was taking up space, additional piece of furniture and all of that. And with this small house that we're living in, I'm definitely a fan of less is more. I feel like, you know, the least amount of stuff that goes in this house, the better off we are. We used to have this blue table behind our couch, and this morning Katie and I moved it over here, and we're just kind of trying it here. I'm not sure if I like it here or not. We moved our family picture above there, which we used to have the family picture over here in the corner. It was really too big for the wall, but I had no other place to put it. And now I'm seriously considering taking this shelf, which I feel like this dining room area is just a little bit busy, like visually busy. I do need a shelf or something to keep my homeschool stuff on. So now I'm considering taking this and moving it over here under the stairs, because the other thing that I have noticed is, like, I rarely use this desk. We did use the desk when my brother was here. We moved this into our bedroom, and Gary used it because everybody kind of needed a desk or whatever, but I rarely use this desk because the main reason why I need a desk is for editing. The desk, and there's Sophie's room. So close to where Sophie plays that it ends up being kind of a noisy place to edit. So now I'm seriously considering, I'm definitely gonna sell the coat rack thing, but I'm seriously considering selling this desk too. Even though I really do like it, I feel like it's not really functioning. It's mostly, honestly, right at this point, it's a place that holds clutter. It's like we walk in the door and we put stuff there, but I'm not really using it as a desk. So I do have that little desk in my bedroom, and that's where I end up editing because I can close the door and it's quiet and all of that. So it's just kind of like, what do you do with the stuff? So again, it was kind of like we moved in here and we were trying to make this house very similar to our other house as far as like how we used to use that house, and we just don't use this house in the same way, if any of that makes sense. So I'm considering selling that desk and possibly moving this shelf over here with the homeschool stuff over to this corner. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I am considering that as I go through cleaning everything out. So I'm starting by just getting rid of trash and things that need to be filed, and just putting things where they actually go while I clear everything off of the desk. And I'm going to try first moving all of my school stuff over to this desk to see if it would function well like that, and then possibly getting rid of the shelves. I'm going to try to stage it both ways and see which way I prefer. So I also wanted to say that I do not consider myself a minimalist. So I have used the word minimal a couple of times in this video, and I realized that, but I do not consider myself a minimalist because, in my opinion, the word minimalism doesn't really have a meaning because it's used in so many different ways by so many different people. I watch some videos by minimalists, and I look at their houses and I think, well, they have a lot more junk in their house than I do, and I don't think I'm a minimalist. And then you watch other videos where the person's sitting there with like no furniture. So to me, it doesn't really have a meaning. So I definitely don't consider myself to be a minimalist, but I've always said on this channel that I'm allergic to clutter. So I do like to keep things as simple as possible. If something's not working, I don't want to keep it around. If something's not functioning, or if it's just not visually appealing, I don't want to keep it around. I just want to keep things as simple as possible.
All those moments we shared face to face, was it all just a game you played? You tell me that it's over, that we just hurt each other, but we don't have to end up this way.
All right, so this is what I have so far. I've tried moving all of my school stuff over here, except for the stuff that we use every day, which is the box, and then that round thing that I keep all the school supplies in. So this would be like, we would put our portfolios here, which I have to buy new ones. And then this is the stuff that we'll be using quickly, but not immediately. And then our computer that we use for therapy, and then our paper and stuff like that. This stuff over here would all go away. So I'm gonna sell this printer because we only have 2 printers, because at the old house, Gary was in a separate office outside on top of the garage, and we needed a printer inside the house, and here we just don't have that. So I'm gonna sell that printer. This ottoman goes with our chairs. Everything else in the house is pretty much a wreck right now. But so this ottoman goes with the chairs in the living room. We're gonna take this and put it upstairs just to get it out of the way, so that this whole corner will just be open and clear. And then I'll just need to work on the cords to make them a little bit nicer. So I've also got to make sure that my camera will work from here, and just get enough of the angle of the whole house. And then there's our Simply Safe like base, which that works there fine, I know. So what I want to do now, I know I like this, and I think this is functional. It does allow us to keep the desk, even though, like I said, I don't really use the desk. So my primary goal in doing all this is to make this area over here a little bit more minimal, just and visually appealing, because I have felt like it's just too cluttered, visually cluttered, and we see it all the time because it's like in the downstairs main part of our house. So what I want to do now is move this shelf and try the shelf over there where I have the desk currently, and just see if I like that better. Okay, so I'm also thinking about taking this down. I'm kind of a little tired of it. We had this at the other house, and I really liked it there, but the area that I had it in was a lot more open. And again, I just kind of want this area to be a little bit more clutter-free. So I might take our family photo and put it over here on this wall. I am kind of currently trying it over here, and I don't really love it there. So that's the box of curriculum that we use all the time, and this is where we keep our, school supplies. So I usually keep those either on the table or under here where they're not as visible. And I'm gonna continue to do that because we're still planning to do school at the table. Okay, so I really like how the dining room turned out, because I just feel like it looks a lot more open and minimal, and I really like that. I do have my daily stuff for Sophie under here, and then just whenever we're doing school, we put that on the table. And everything else is gonna be under the stairs in that little area. So this is just so much more open. I'm still considering doing something different here above that buffet, but for now I'm really happy with how open this looks. Okay, so here's the final with the desk like this and all of the homeschool stuff moved over here. I do need to work on the cords a little bit, and everything under here is moved, so this is a lot cleaner looking. We moved the ottoman upstairs, and I'm going to be selling the printer because we really don't need it. So I like this. I think now we're going to try moving the shelf over here and see what we think about that. I do think it will barely fit because of the height of it, and I do think it will be possibly a little bit less functional because there's no desk there, but again, I don't really use the desk. I do think it will accommodate like everything else that needs to go over here. So we'll see what we think about that. I would love it if y'all let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. And then in the next video, I'll show you what we decided to do.
Hello. How'd you do? I'm not broken, I'm just split in two. Hope you're fine, ain't got time to do everything you said you would. Frames of the past and the memory of you just come running by. Pictures of sunny days with your smile in the bar. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. How could they say I was broken? How could they say you made me come undone? Now I know that it's okay. Unlike my friends, you are nothing like them. Try to be cool, even wear that shirt you wanted to. My friends think I'm lame. Since I met you, I am not the same. It was not meant to be a fairy tale with a happy end. Girl,
Okay, so here is what it would look like. We don't have everything plugged in, but here's what it would look like with the shelf here. We just kept the chair kind of like a little reading nook or whatever with a pillow, or if we have extra people, we could pull this chair out and bring it into the living room. We do have a little hole here for our portfolios, which we haven't bought yet. So let me know in the comments below, which one do you like better? This one or the setup where the desk is under here? So now I'm installing a wall-mounted coat rack just to give us back the functionality of being able to hang up jackets, especially for visitors, but without taking up so much floor space.
Rewind, there be no wars. Maybe the birds will sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
Okay, so this is how my entryway turned out. I love it. I love the coat rack. We ended up reframing our family picture into a different frame. That's more of a driftwood color, and I like that better. We also changed some of the little decor pieces, so I'm pretty happy with how the entryway turned out. This is the dining room. I did make a good bit of changes to the decor on the buffet, and I've added this "Home is my happy place" print. We actually had this already, so that wasn't a new purchase. The only new purchase that you've seen so far is just that wall-mounted coat rack, but we just changed some things around, and I'm really happy with this too. I actually really love that print, but I had nowhere to put it. It was just sitting in a closet upstairs, so I'm pretty happy with how it's just a clutter-free dining room now. I think it's more visually appealing.
Dreaming of you.
So for now, we have the area under the stairs looking like this, and I feel like it's going to be really functional. I did change the pillow out, but other than that, it's pretty much how I showed you before.
Dreaming of you. Dreaming of you. I'm dreaming of you. What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love?
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Wars.